Alright, first of all, I just know I'm probably gonna get a load of shit for even using the term BNOC. But for those of you who don't know what the term BNOC stands for, it basically stands for Big Name on Campus.
But wait, I thought popularity doesn't even matter at uni anymore, so why are you telling us all this?
Yes, it doesn't matter anymore, but being popular at uni is different to being popular at school. Like I mentioned in the last video, being popular at uni can actually really benefit you a lot in the long term. But it's a much bigger world than the university campus. It's not like school anymore, so how do you get yourself out there in such a big world with like more than thousands and thousands of students now?
What makes you so sure, Razor? Like, what makes you so sure that you know everything about popularity at university? How can we trust you on this one?
Because I've met so many different types of people during my time at uni, I've exposed myself to loads of different types of experiences and people, activities. I've kind of got a good idea of like what it takes to be popular at the uni, what makes people like you at a uni campus environment. So that is why in this completely made up list, I'm going to give you the 5 ways of how you can become a BNOC at university in your first year of uni. So the first way to become a BNOC at uni, become a DJ. People love music, alright? And if you can show other people, your flatmates or course mates or people you met at a flat party, then if you can show to them that you have a good music taste, then bring out your tunes. Even if you don't have a £2,000 DJ set, just bring your phone and a speaker. That means you can show the people that you have a good music taste, you know what's good to jam to, and eventually the more you do it, the more parties you go to, the more opportunities you use to play your music, then maybe that can get noticed by other people, and then you can end up being a DJ in a bunch of clubs in your city. And this is where the power of networking comes in. Make sure you go to environments and events where there will be other DJs out there if that's the path you want to go down. Because if you build good networks with them, then they can teach you how to use a DJ set, then they'll get you in that environment, then you meet other people, and then it leads to another thing and another thing, and then who knows, then maybe you could be like the top DJ of your campus. Now the second way to become a BNOC is by becoming a club promoter. Alright, now I know what you're about to say. You're gonna be like,
oh, Maisie, you're such a hypocrite. You were the one who was calling out club promoters before.
yes, I did, and I'm guilty for that, but in the end of the day, like, I can't diss them too much because it is such an easy way of social networking. If you become a club promoter, then it's a good way to meet people who are into that business as well. It just gives you such quick and easy connections in that scene if you're into that sort of stuff. And I knew a lot of people at uni who were club promoters who were into that sort of scene, and whenever I see them doing their thing, like, it just looks like they're having a good time, so I can't complain to that. And the third way to become a BNOC is to become a brand ambassador. Honestly, out of everything in this list, this is the one that I wish I actually did while I was still a student, and I regret not giving it a go. Because like the other two, it's such a great way of social networking. It's a part-time job to do alongside your degree, so it'll look good on your CV, and you're associated with a brand that's cool for students. So normally, the day-to-day life for a student brand ambassador would normally consist of social media promotions, or going to a bunch of events to promote the brand that you're working for, going around campus giving out freebies or promoting your brand to a bunch of students. So for example, one of my course mates, he was a brand ambassador for Red Bull at my uni, and what he would do would be, he would give out free Red Bull on certain occasions, and he would always fill his social media with a bunch of promotions and deals that Red Bull are doing. And then any events the uni or the students' uni were doing, he would be there giving out Red Bull and promoting it even further to students at my uni. And if you are thinking about becoming a brand ambassador when you start uni, I would definitely keep an eye out on student job websites. And normally the type of brands you would work for are brands that are like really connected and meaningful to students. So Red Bull's a good example, like I just said. Everyone's got to start somewhere on the corporate ladder, right? And if you think being a student brand ambassador is for you, then I'd definitely look into it. The fourth way to become a BNOC at uni is by joining student media. Out of everything on this list, this is the one that I actually ended up doing. So normally how student media works is that there's normally different societies like student TV, student radio, the student magazine. It's a good way to get yourself out there because you're getting your content out to a student audience. And it's perfect because we live in such a digital world today. Everyone consumes their content on social media. You can show people who you are, you can show how entertaining, how funny, or how interesting you are with the content you make. And hopefully, then maybe you can kind of become like your own micro celebrity on your campus.
Or at least you can try to be one.
But in all seriousness, joining student media is a whole load of fun, and honestly, my uni experience wouldn't have been the same if I didn't join student media. I've met so many amazing people and I've had a lot of fun, and I'd highly recommend all of you to join student media when you start uni. And the fifth way to become a BNOC is by joining student politics. Now I know when you first hear that phrase, you might be like, but that's pretty boring.
Like, why would I suddenly become popular out of politics?
And I get it, student politics isn't for everyone, but if it is for you, then I would definitely look into it. A lot of stuff in student politics includes stuff like going to NUS and representing students at your university, making changes about the uni that you don't like, stepping up and taking action on things you want changed. And a lot of the people I knew who were really involved in student politics, they usually started out as program reps or academic reps in their subject department. It's a good way to get yourself out there if you're the academic type, if you're the serious type, right? Because then you can show people that you're serious and you're the one who's boss. Wait, hold on a minute. There's actually one more way of becoming a BNOC, which is actually a pretty obvious way that I just completely forgot about. So the sixth and final way to become a BNOC is by simply just joining a sports team. Okay, so sports may not be for everyone, but for those who do like sports, the sports community at unis are always absolutely huge. Like in any kind of university game, like if your uni's really into varsity games against other unis, then the whole community and crowd is normally absolutely huge. And whatever sport you play, whether that being football, rugby, basketball, whatever, you're always going to get that community together, that camaraderie of like everyone playing their sport together against another uni. From my friends who were part of sports teams, like they go on a lot of weekly nights out together, weekly socials with their sports teams and other sports teams, and that just builds that network together and gets you popular in that community. Alright guys, and that's been the 6 ways of becoming a BNOC whilst you're at uni. Now I'm not telling you have to do all of this stuff, because if you do, you're just going to end up overloading yourself and you're just never going to be able to do your assignments or your exams at uni, because that is the whole reason we go to uni in the first place. But if you are someone who wants to reinvent yourself and try something new or move on from school and become a new person, then I would definitely look into trying out at least one of these things and see which one works for you best. Maybe you can try out a bunch of them, and if you don't like one of them, then you can go for another one. Because like I said, whatever community you fall into, whichever one you feel like you fit in the most, being popular at uni can genuinely benefit you more in the future. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you agree or disagree, or if you feel like I missed out any ways of becoming popular at uni, then just drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, why not give it a thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button below. Keep having fun at uni and keep being you, and until next time, I'm out. Have a good one.